You hear every day you should invest in real estate, buying a house is a great investment, buy. But a lot of people are a little bit hesitant to buy because they don't know what the numbers look like, they don't know what the process is, and it can be really, really overwhelming. In today's video, we are going to get into the weeds of what it takes to buy an affordable property in Baltimore. Hi, my name is Persia. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, make sure to hit the like button and to tap the bell for notifications so that you can be alerted whenever there is new content to the channel. Every day, my team and I get calls and texts from people just like you who are thinking about buying or selling in the state of Maryland. We absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking about moving in the next 9 days or 90 days, please reach out to me and to my team. We would absolutely love to help you. You can call us, text us, email us. We could set up a video call, and it would be our pleasure to help you make a smooth transition in Maryland. On my channel, I talk all the time about one of the best reasons to move to Baltimore City is because of how affordable the real estate is. I talked to you guys about the average purchase price of a house being around $180,000. And again, that's because some of these properties in Baltimore are really dilapidated and not in good condition. And then they go all the way up to beautiful multi-million-dollar mansions. But today, we are going to be focusing on a house that is listed at $155,000. It is in a fabulous neighborhood, which I have talked about before on my channel. It is family friendly, it has yards, it is walkable to restaurants and bars, and it is the Hamilton neighborhood of Baltimore City. One of the things that I love most about this particular property, number one, is that it's a duplex. So you're only connected to another house on one side. You will know that a lot of homes in Baltimore City are row houses, so they are connected to other homes. And sometimes you'll see rows and rows of row houses where you're in the middle and there's lots of houses all connected together. But duplexes are fantastic because you're only connected on one side, meaning there's more light and there's less neighbors directly attached to you. This particular house, which is located on Pioneer Drive, is also a bonus because it's like an end of group kind of. It has a larger lot. It has a big front yard, which has a beautifully manicured native perennial garden, and in the back has a backyard and really space for you to use your imagination and to make it beautiful and call it your own. This house is pretty simple, pretty classic. It's 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. It has just under 900 square feet. And so, it's probably great for a couple or, one person kind of just starting out. It's not a huge home, but if you are thinking about it and you're a single person or a couple and you're currently paying rent, this would be a wonderful home to transition into. The neighborhood is quiet. It definitely has a community feel. There are children in the neighborhood, lots of space, a garden, again, walking distance to bars and restaurants, and we'll put in some drive-by footage of Hamilton, the neighborhood, because it's just lovely. It has a mixture of, properties like this one, which are duplexes, it has row houses, it has single-family homes, so it has a variety of different architecture, and is just a very beautiful, lovely neighborhood in the city, and I'm biased. I lived in Hamilton for a really, really long time, so I highly recommend. So now that you have seen all of the wonderful things about the home and about the neighborhood, we are going to get into the nitty-gritty of the numbers, and I'm going to hop into the computer. I'm going to show you a worksheet that really details all of the numbers and what it means financially to you to purchase a home that is listed at the price of $155,000. Here we go. Hello, we are in the computer and we are going to check out some numbers on this cute little house in Hamilton so that you really have a tangible understanding of what it really costs to buy a house. So we're going to put in the sales price. We're going to just do list price, which is $155. A settlement date is required. So we're going to do about a month from today. Today is August 20th. We'll do September 19th. Usually settlement is going to be 30 to 45 days from the date that you go under contract on a property. We see the municipalities, Baltimore City. We see the taxes for the year are here. An interest rate is required to put in. So I did put in 6.8%, which is, kind of average on what we're seeing right now in this market. Seller assistance we see is 0%. Please remember, I'm not going to put any in, but remember that if you have an FHA loan, you can ask for up to 6% in terms of closing costs from the seller. And if you are using a conventional loan, you can ask for up to 3% of the purchase price for the seller to be able to assist you with closing costs. For the purpose of this worksheet, I'm going to do an FHA loan. You also could choose, a conventional loan. You could say that you're going to do 3%, whatever. If you're a first-time buyer with a conventional loan, you can put as little as 3% down. With an FHA, they do require a minimum of 3.5% as your down payment. Here, that lets you know that your base mortgage, right, the amount that you're paying for the home minus how much you're putting down is going to be $149,000, $575, and your mortgage term is going to be 30 years, okay, a 30-year fixed rate loan. Okay. Now, all of these are closing costs, discount points. You can pay for points if you want, which means that it's going to bring your interest rate down. Your appraisal is usually going to be somewhere around $500, and that's prepaid, so it's not a closing cost because you pay for it before settlement. Sometimes there are charges for things like getting your credit report that are kind of minimal, document preparation, underwriting, flood certificate, courier. All of these things are charged by the title company. So these fees vary depending on your title company and how much that they charge. You also will probably be charged some interest. You also will need title insurance, which is important because it protects your ownership in the home. So title insurance is very important, and I always recommend that folks get it to protect yourself. So that is in there. If we scroll back up, okay, we see that we are putting down an earnest money deposit of $1,500. Usually your earnest money deposit is about 1% of the purchase price of the home, which is how we got $1,500. And that amount is kept in escrow by the title company and then is used towards your closing cost at the end of the transaction. Here, with an FHA loan, it's important to understand that you will be charged a mortgage insurance premium, which is pretty much insurance to the bank to make sure that you are going to make your payments. Because a lot of times, if you qualify for an FHA loan, it's because your credit score is not as ideal as it could be. So they do charge this additional amount, and that is above and beyond your PMI, your private mortgage insurance. So you do have to pay this. It's one time, and it's usually financed or rolled into your loan. So these are other closing costs that you have to pay. You have to pay transfer taxes, recordation taxes, money to record your deed, to record your mortgage, all of this stuff. Okay, you will need a home insurance policy, which is paid for. And then we have some prepaid charges. Like your home inspection is $450. Termite inspection, $75. Radon, $150. I always recommend a septic inspection, which is $250. Okay, there's no HOA payments or anything like that because it's not in an HOA. There is a brokerage fee that is paid one time at settlement. All brokerages have them, whether you are working with a Compass agent, which our team works with Compass, whether it's Keller Williams or Coldwell Banker or EXP, any company has a one-time fee that is paid for at settlement. Ours at Compass is $450. You pay one time at settlement. So then we see all of the, money that you have to pay, right? Your lender escrows, okay? Your reimbursements to the seller for taxes that they've already paid for the year, all of your prepaids and your closing costs, okay? And then that is tabulated over here on the far right-hand side. So we see your purchase price, the closing costs that you will have to pay, the lender escrows that you will have to pay, the reimbursements to the seller that you will have to pay. So we see here that the total acquisition cost, so the total amount that it will take to buy a $155,000 house, is actually $167,849.56. The amount that you are financing, however, is less than that, right? Because of the amount that you're putting down. Okay. So, and we see the mortgage insurance premium there for an FHA loan. So your total mortgage amount is $152,192.56. So with all that being said, the bottom line and the most important numbers on this worksheet is how much money that you are going to have to bring to settlement and how much money your monthly payment is going to be. So the answer to the cash to close is this number, $11,832. Okay, and the reason is you've already put down $1,500 as your earnest money, so that is subtracted from your closing costs, and also any prepaids that you've already paid, right, will also be deducted from that amount. So I know that some people find it very, very daunting to buy a house and to come up with this amount of cash, but it is possible. $11,000 or $12,000 is a possible amount, you know, to come up with over time. I'm not expecting for you to have it today or tomorrow, but it's something to work toward, and just to show you, you can buy a house with a nominal amount of money. Okay. And then down here, I love even more because it shows you how much you're actually paying a month. So your principal and interest is $992. Your real estate taxes are $252. Your homeowner's insurance is $75 a month. Your mortgage insurance is $68 a month. And so your estimated monthly payment is about $1,388.66, which is great. I mean, think about how much you might be paying in rent versus owning a house with a yard and a garden. And I mean, it's amazing. So, you know, this really is to show you that home ownership is attainable, and that, you know, you don't need a ton of cash. And also keep in mind with this, you know, amount that to bring to settlement, $11,832, you can also ask the seller for some credit. You can ask the seller for some help. Right? 3% or 6% goes a really long way. And so you might even get a credit when you're negotiating home repairs or, you know, things like that. So just keep in mind, there are ways to even reduce this amount of money if you have less cash on hand. Okay. But that's this worksheet that shows you the numbers, and I hope you found this helpful.
Well, there you have it, all of the numbers that go into buying a house that is listed at $155,000. You know, I know that the purchase process can be overwhelming, and sometimes we just get stuck into doing the same thing. So if you are used to renting, you know, the process of buying can feel really daunting, but it isn't. So if you are thinking about making the transition from renting to buying, my team and I have a lot of experience with that. We would absolutely love to help you. So please reach out to us. You can call us, text us, email us. We could set up a video call and walk you through the process. Thank you so much for tuning into the video. I hope you found it helpful, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.